Former Sierra Leone President Ernest Koroma was yesterday charged with 4 offences, including treason. Now, it's in connection with an attempted coup that happened in November last year. Mr. Koroma has denied any involvement in the attack that resulted in the deaths of about 20 people. According to Sierra Leone's penal code, a person found guilty of treason could face imprisonment for life. Now, before the court ruling, leaders from the West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS had tried to broker a deal for Mr. Koroma to go into exile in Nigeria, but only if the charges were dropped. However, Sierra Leone's Foreign Minister Timothy Kaba told the BBC that the government did not support this particular proposal. The former head of state has been under house arrest since being questioned over the coup. Mr. Koroma was president for 11 years until 2018, when current president Julius Maada Bio was elected. Now, a high court later granted bail to the former president, who is still under house arrest in his home in the capital, Freetown. This case has been adjourned until the 17th of January. Joining us live now from Freetown in Sierra Leone is the Information Minister, Chano Ba, to give us some perspective on this. Minister, thanks for making time to speak with us on this. Now, the lawyer for the former president says that nothing incriminating has been put to their client, and this is simply a political vendetta. I want to begin by getting a reaction from you on that.
Well, this is a case that's now before the courts of Sierra Leone, and I think the lawyer will know that cases of this nature are not resolved by social media commentary or by his opinion. This is now subjected to the laws of our country, and we will present the facts, we'll present the evidence, and he will get a chance to defend his clients. And I'm looking, I think the rest of the Sierra Leoneans are looking forward to the case and seeing how it plays out in courts. I don't think it deserves more than that.
I mean, I don't have the chance to interview the state prosecutor or member of the judiciary, and I'm sure our audience would like to know really what proof is there that would make a person of the caliber of a former president of Sierra Leone be charged.
Well, again, I think we've been very clear. Since November 26th, the president of our country, His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, said that we will do everything we can to hold those who are responsible for the atrocities of that day, which, by the way, resulted in the death of at least 18 of our compatriots. We have conducted investigations, as by their own admission, professionally, treated him with respect, with dignity that is owed to somebody of his position. He served as a former president of our country. But the thing our president said, which has always been categorical, is that we're not targeting anyone by these investigations, but nobody's spared as well because of their position. So we have followed the steps. That's why now we've brought the charges. And if you're asking for evidence, we have a threshold. What is happening now is preliminary investigations. They're in front of the courts. They'll get a chance to defend themselves as they have. And then the courts will decide. The evidence will be presented in courts, not on media.
I mean, critics of this move say that the country is setting a dangerous precedent by, allowing this to go on.
I think the most dangerous precedents will be that we have sets of laws that do not apply to people because of their positions. We have said that nobody is above the laws in Sierra Leone. Many, many countries around the world actually have gone ahead and prosecuted former heads of states when they have had reasons to do so. What we are making very clear is that, no, this is not a witch hunt. There are many other very important personalities within different political parties in the country. We have followed the law. We have conducted the investigations. They have now been sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions and have determined that they have enough to bring charges. What will be terrible is if this country, Sierra Leone, sets a precedent that just because of your particular position, once an investigation has been conducted, that you're exempted from it. I think, again, he'll get his day in court as any Sierra Leonean and as any citizen, and he's been cooperating, and we look forward to the outcome.
I mean, Minister, help me understand this. The government initially did not describe that November attack as a coup. What changed? What led to this change of stance?
It's very simple. I think I said very clearly that in the beginning, what we had evidence for was that there was indeed security breaches, and that resulted in very specific things. There were incidents, breaking of armories, attacks on various military and other installations across the country. And then investigations started. Once the investigation started, we were able to collect more and more evidence to now begin to put the pieces together. And the state security and intelligence forces concluded that with the information that they had gathered, that the intent of those who carried out this set of attacks was to unseat the democratically elected government of our country, which will make that an attempted coup.
I actually want to get in one last one briefly. Besides the former president and his bodyguard, and his former bodyguard, who are the 10 men being charged in this foiled coup?
There are a range of people who are